हेलो, मेरा नाम है आशीष चमोला और आप देख रहे हैं मोजो स्टोरी। ट्विटर आजकल चर्चाओं में है क्योंकि ट्विटर के जो नए सीईओ हैं ट्विटर को बेसिकली जो टेक ओवर किया है वो एलन मास्क ने किया है दुनिया में, जिनकी गिनती काफ़ी अमीर लोगों में से होती है। तो उन्होंने आते ही कुछ चेंजेस किए हैं ट्विटर में। उनमें से सबसे पहले जो नज़र में आया कि अब ब्लू टिक के लिए आपको $8 पर मंथ देने होंगे। $8 पर मंथ, तभी आपका ब्लू टिक एक कैरी रह सकता है आपके साथ। और दूसरा, उन्होंने अपने जो 50% एम्प्लॉइज़ हैं उनको सैक कर दिया है। तो ऐसे में बात ये उठती है कि इतनी बड़ी कंपनी है और इतना सारा स्टेक उनका लगा हुआ है एक उस पे, तो एलन मास्क इस कंपनी को किस तरफ ले जा रहे हैं? क्या वो जो ये टैक्टिक्स उनकी नई है, क्या ऐसे में ट्विटर सर्वाइव कर पाएगा? और कई लोग जो कि ट्विटर के एम्प्लॉइज़ थे, वो उन्होंने खुद आके ट्विटर पे इस बात की पुष्टि की, एक कन्फर्मेशन दिया कि हाँ, वो लोग उन लोगों को सैक कर दिया गया है। और 50% लोग, मान लीजिए एक कंपनी में 1000 लोग हैं तो 500 लोगों को उन्होंने सैक कर दिया है। तो इसके एक लॉन्ग टर्म इम्प्लीमेंट क्या होंगे, इसके बारे में हम हमारे पास एक बहुत ही एक अच्छा पैनल है, उनसे डिस्कस करेंगे। लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस आवर गेस्ट। रवि मंथा हैं, ही इज़ एन ऑथर और पहले भी हमारे शोज़ पे आ चुके हैं एंड ही इज़ वेरी क्रिटिक ऑफ मिस्टर मस्क। आई डोंट नो, ही विल टेल। उदक दास हैं, ही इज़ अ फाउंडर ऑफ साइपर स्ट्रेटेजी। तो इनसे भी हम जानना चाहेंगे कि जो एलन मास्क स्टेप ले रहे हैं तो हाउ ही सी देम। डॉक्टर एडमंड डॉक्टर एडमंड जो है सीईओ हैं सीएचडी ग्रुप के, एंड मैंने इनके काफ़ी ट्वीट्स पढ़े एंड ही इज़ वेरी वोकल अबाउट दी थिंग्स अबाउट मास्क। सो लेट मी स्टार्ट विद यू रवि। रवि, आप पहले भी शो पे आ चुके हैं एंड आपसे हमारी बात हुई तो आपका हमने पर्सपेक्टिव देखा, लेकिन ये जो नया डेवलपमेंट हुआ है एम्प्लॉय सैक करने का, जो कि लाइक ये क्या मतलब, एलन मस्क व्हाट ही वांट्स टू डू, कैन यू जस्ट टेल अस? हेलो, आई थिंक वी लॉस्ट हिज कनेक्शन। ओके, उदलक, कैन यू कम इन विद द सेम क्वेश्चन, विद द सेम क्वेश्चन?
again.
हाय, उदलक, मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि जो ये एलन मस्क कर रहे हैं ट्विटर को लेके नई नई स्ट्रेटजीज के साथ, और काफ़ी अजीब और गरीब स्ट्रेटजी मैं कहूँगा कि आप 1000 एम्प्लॉय आपके यहाँ काम करते हैं मान लीजिए, और 500 को आपने सैक कर दिया, तो हाउ इट विल गो एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज हिज दिस विजन विद द ट्विटर?
Sure. So what I feel is Twitter had a lot of unnecessary employees, and I think even
ओह,
Elon Musk himself highlighted that for every person that is coding for Twitter, there are at least 10 people managing the same person. So does it make sense? Like, for example, if you are there, you are just one person writing the script, and there are 10 people telling you how to write. This is in no way efficient, nor it helps the company to make money. And I believe this is the reason Elon Musk had decided to cut the staff. Although there are other factors like profitability, which Twitter has been lacking since its debut on the stock exchange. Now, these are the two primary factors that I see. Although there could be other reasons that we too may not know, and he must know, and that is my take on it.
ओके, डॉक्टर एडमंड, व्हाट यू से अबाउट दिस, योर इनिशियल कमेंट्स?
So, in terms of how we look at Twitter handling the buying space, this is in sync with practices also of Facebook, Google, or other platforms. So, I am not surprised with the fact that there is a layoff. What surprises me is that Elon Musk wants to put a price to integrity. That's where the profiteering of $8 per month comes in. Now he has no clarity in terms of how this $8 is going to be implemented between rich and other low and middle income countries. What is the purchasing power parity among people? How are you going to differentiate sectors, whether it's the media, whether it's the doctors, whether it's non-profits, whether it's humanitarian workers? How are you going to charge everybody at a same pace? There were certain things which Twitter has been known for and Twitter has grown over the years. if you are going to dilute or probably play football with this culture and ethos and values, I think it's a matter of time where Twitter's obituary is being prophesized and probably also written thanks to Elon Musk himself. And in terms of his changing of minds, it surprises me. No doubt he's an eccentric personality. That's why you say $20 one day, you say $12 the next day, then you make it eight, then you change things. But this also defines what kind of a leadership are you trying to cultivate, or what kind of a leadership are you exposing yourself for the world to know of and remember, whether you want to be remembered in the dustbins of history or you want to be really remembered for who you are. That is something which only Elon Musk can probably define, cultivate, and create.
मतलब जैसे कि डॉक्टर एडमंड ने कहा कि आप एक इतिहास बनाना चाहते हैं या फिर एक इतिहास बनना चाहते हैं एंड हाउ विल हिस्ट्री विल रिमाइंड टू यू will it be fair like for me for example by I cannot pay $8 and Twitter is the platform which give me a voice. I can raise my voice जो कि मैं लाखों लोगों तक पहुंचा सकता हूं ड्यूरिंग द कोविड टाइम्स. मैं आपको बता दूं कि मतलब काफी लोग ट्विटर पे आके लोगों की आगे मदद कर रहे थे. सो जब वेरीफाइड एक आपका सोर्स होता है तो उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन भी पे आप लाई कर सकते हैं, राइट? I may have multiple accounts. So how it is going to change the things, I don't understand. And
Of course,
$8,
let me help you understand this.
and for the example GDP of the in India, like third world countries or second world countries, we don't have much money. हमारी जो $8 का तो मतलब एक दिन का एक किसी का इनकम भी नहीं होता है. So and I want to speak. So I don't understand how it is going to be solve the problem.
Sure, let me help you understand. So, Twitter still remains free for everybody, in spite of the $8 thing for the tick mark, right? And that tick mark is not for everybody. I mean, it is not even meant for everybody. It is only meant for those personalities that can afford to pay.
Who can pay?
Now,
Who can pay?
Elon Musk has himself highlighted that the pricing will be adjusted according to the purchasing power parity of the country. So it means if that is $8 in the US, it will certainly not be $8 in India. It will be slightly lower, adjusted to our currency as well as GDP. Now, the thing about free speech, right? You can still use Twitter. You can still tell people what to do, how to do. And I was one of those people who helped people during the COVID pandemic, right? So I understand the importance of the situation. Although, here where I side with Elon, that for Twitter to be a profitable company, he must take all these actions that include $8
But I think Twitter,
pay for.
sorry to interrupt you, but I think Twitter is making profit from the advertisement. Like,
Yes, it is, but it is not enough. Even for the last year, they have made a loss over $220 million. And 220 million is not a small amount for a company like Twitter that was bought by Elon Musk using his debt. Now, he anyway has to pay that debt, right? He has to pay interest. And for him to get this amount of money, he has to get the money out of Twitter first and then pay that debt. Hence the decision. I mean, this is what I feel. There could be other factors.
okay. Ravi, we lost, I came to you, but we lost your connection. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to understand, uh, Twitter is making profit. It's a profitable company. Okay. And like in each company there is there is a one thing called public partnership or social responsibility, CSR, corporate social responsibility. So he sacked his half staff. Where they will go? First of all, he didn't think about that. And then he asked for $8 per month. Like, I don't understand the personality of Elon Musk. He's a richest man or whatever in this world, or two three number, whatever number he comes. So how do we see it?
Ashish, I think the main point here is that he has vastly overpaid for Twitter. He was forced to complete the acquisition at a $44 billion valuation. if you actually look at the comparable company, like for example, Facebook has lost 75% of its market value in the same period. So Twitter is probably worth, if today, if it was a public company, it would be worth probably 12 to $15 billion maximum. So he has paid so much more money for this company that he has to figure out how to try and make it at least to get to a break-even level. The problem now is that he's spending $1 billion a year just on debt servicing. And Twitter revenues was 5 billion last year, of which they were making a loss of 200 million. And to actually now make a 1.2 billion, that's the hole in the balance sheet right now on an annual basis. It's almost impossible. And this $8 a month, even if all 400,000 people who have the blue tick pay, is only going to be about less than $40 million per year. It is not even 3% of the whole in the budget in the balance sheet right now. So it's a completely meaningless to think that this $8 a month is going to bail out Twitter. And also, it goes completely over and beyond.
Why did he do that?
Well, I think, to be perfectly honest, if you actually look at how Twitter was bought by Elon, he concluded the commitment in one weekend without doing any due diligence at all. Right? He's a fly-by-night operator. I mean, he's extremely successful. He's an absolute genius at SpaceX and Tesla. I mean, we know what he's capable of. But to think that somebody who's very good at certain things is good at everything is also a mistake, right? And he has a huge fan following. I'm also a fan of his.
He's not good at this point of time.
Right now, he doesn't look very good at all. He's overpaid, and then he's shaking it up. He's losing 50% of the staff. His assumption is that the other 50 will stay. I think there are a lot more resumes of people who are also there at Twitter. The work culture has completely changed. He wants people to work there 12 hours a day for 7 days a week from a company that was, very normally run in the past. He walks in there with a kitchen sink. Now, the question you asked is, what will the fired employees do? U.S. unemployment rate is only 3.5%. It is at historic lows. We have never seen this low unemployment probably since the Second World War. So the people who have been laid off will find jobs in a second. I think maybe in India the staff might struggle a little bit because the people are working in content moderation and in community building. Those guys, they're not like hardcore tech people. Those people may struggle to find jobs in India. But if you look at the global workforce, especially the tech teams, and given the U.S. unemployment rate, I don't think these people will they have 90 days of pay and they'll land on their feet. That's not the problem. The problem now for Twitter is even bigger because advertisers are pulling out. So the biggest advertisers, and remember, advertising is out of $1.2 billion of revenue last quarter, 1.1 was advertising revenue. So it's pretty much most of the revenue comes from advertising. And if the advertisers are taking a step back, especially now because you've fired all your content moderation team, your community team, so we don't know how much more misinformation gets onto Twitter. And if you get rid of the blue tick people who will not pay, the people like journalists who are verified, the actual thought leaders are also there. It's not just the celebrities, who are on Twitter. It's also thought leaders. And they're not celebrities, but they're people that, for example, I myself, instead of reading like general news, I have a bunch of people that I follow on Twitter who I think are very good at what they do, and I construct my own news.
Are you going to pay $8 per month?
No, I will not. I'm very happy without the blue tick because there are two ways of making a more democratic Twitter, right? Give everybody a blue tick or remove the blue tick from everyone. That's also okay with me.
But that isn't happening. The point is that.
So, we don't know what he's going to do, but he's not going to get $8 from me. That's for sure. There's no. I don't see the value.
Yeah, Dr. Edmund, जो लोग होते हैं West के, the West people, they are very much of for the free speech and all the things, and this guy also is for the free speech. But जब मस्क ऐसा करता है like free speech के नाम पे आपको $8 देने हैं, so how do you see it? Like, is it a legitimate guy or like what?
See, as Ravi highlighted that in spite of the fact that...
Udlak, I asked to Dr. Edmund.
Sorry, go ahead.
Dr. Edmund, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I want to say is Twitter doesn't define my existence. As a matter of fact, I have a blue tick on Twitter.
Yes, I saw
As we
that.
talk at the moment, our organization handle has a blue tick on Twitter. So if we are forced to pay, I am more than happy to just let the blue tick go because my life continues as normal. My stakeholders continue to be there. My work continues to be spoken among the people. How on earth would I really sell money for a blue tick? I mean, it's a question of integrity out here. It's not a question of $8. The same Dr. Edmund also subscribes to Netflix, but there that's an entertainment portal. Twitter cannot be a platform to now become an entertainment portal. Very soon, if this culture continues, and if
Musk also entertaining us by
let's
his tweets
hypothetically
and all.
assume Musk purchases Facebook and other platforms, I think he will also say WhatsApp users should pay $8 a month. What is going to happen within India? It's going to be organized chaos after that. So instead of trying to disrupt the ecosystem, probably my submission would be that you offer this tick of whatever color of his choice or whatever is his favorite color to premium users who say that, okay, we want to put money, we want engagements, we want to be noted, we want to others to get to know who we are. Fair enough. So you don't have to give everybody the blue tick, but you can give premium service ticks like how LinkedIn does, like LinkedIn Premium you purchase. So this is something which can always be considered to build legitimacy. And if, say, suppose the concerned individual emerges to be notable and of public repute, you might as well upgrade them to a blue tick if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Udlak, you wanted to come in, just come, please. Please say.
Yeah. So as Ravi highlighted that inspired his success at Tesla, he may not be able to succeed Twitter. And the fact is kind of true because our electrician cannot become a carpenter, right? You cannot be expert at everything. But let's see what the time does to him. But pretty sure Elon Musk has all the connections, all the money in the world. He can pull this off, but with the right execution only. That is what I wanted to see. And I kind of agree with Mr. Sir here. He has highlighted that LinkedIn offers bunch of extra features for their premium subscriptions. I use LinkedIn Premium and I understand the benefits. And so it kind of makes sense if Twitter does this as well instead of just one blue tick. But let's see what he implements.
Okay. Mr. Ravi, last word to you. Your last thoughts.
Look, my last thoughts is I echo what everyone said that you know Elon is a you can't write off Elon Musk because he can get things right over a longer period of time. He has a larger vision and a longer duration vision than many of us. But in the short term, it looks disastrous, whatever he's doing with Twitter, whether it's the layoffs, whether the advertisers pulling back, or whether messing with the blue tick people. It just looks like a litany of mistakes that he's doing so far, walking in with a kitchen sink. And he's
Right.
he's playing to the peanut gallery. I think he's bought a little bit too much of his own marketing because he has 120 odd million followers and they're hanging on every word of his. And if he says that he's the champion of the poor and as he says, the peasants against the lords, I mean, people really not believe that he's a lord. That people really think that he's a peasant. That's the biggest joke is that he has convinced the world that he's on the side of the common man, that he's anything but a common man, right? So that can go on for a while, but I think over the long run, Twitter as a platform, has a future because there's 237 million active users. It's still lower than Snapchat, which has 350 million. So a lot of younger people are looking at alternative platforms, but Twitter will survive in one form or the other. Because these things can merge with each other and form mega platforms. I think Meta, and Twitter could have synergies. Snapchat and Twitter could have synergies. So, and he's talking already about using it for fintech and for payments and other solutions that he has in mind. So he will probably get it right over the long term. But the next 3 to 6 months or even a year, it looks pretty disastrous.
Okay. So I wanted to ask Mr. Musk, is he going to pay $8 per month for himself? like he's the owner of that company. Anyway, thank you for all of you for your valuable suggestions, and we will keep an eye on this news. Thank you very much for today.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.